Hey guys, this is Danny again with Buggy on the road to Moab. I'm going to show you a few things, little simple things that you can do to make your buggy where it is roadworthy. Like I said, I've been around dune buggies a long time. My dad rode them ever since I had been a little boy. And like I told you in the first video, I'm 59 years old. And a lot of the same mistakes keep being made. And what it does is cause us to have to go back and get you and help work on your buggy or pull you back to your trailer or whatever. Like I said in the other video, I started taking all the wires out of this. I just started working on this thing. Like I said, this was a really great buggy until the guy sold it to the guy I bought it from, and he just abused it. So anyway, I started cutting all the wires off of it yesterday, and we had the motor out of it for a little while. The motor's over there. One of the things that people see a lot of people do and don't do is when you got the engine off of it, there's a bushing, starter bushing. Let me show you right here if I can get closer to it. Right there where the starter is, there's bushing there. And every time that you pull the engine off of it, if you have a dune buggy, you need to at least pull, because you got one more bolt left, and pull your bushing to make sure you don't have any wear, because that is starter drag. And when you're out and you get it hot and you're riding with everybody and the thing don't want to start, then we'll end up having to push it off. It's just a pain in the ass, you know. Another thing is I have the old style throwout bearing, and I like to try to find the good throwout bearings to put in them. I just had one sitting on the shelf on this one. It has a little ring on the pressure plate. This one here does, so that's what we're going back with. You know, I got this, and we're going to, regardless of if it had a good clutch in it or not, we were going to put a new clutch in it, a good clutch. I like the spring clutches because they're just a little more smoother. On the axle seals, you can see this one here was leaking. This is a real simple, cheap fix on them too. While you're at it, you can take this. It's got a little slip ring that slides up on the shaft here, and you got 4 bolts right here, 4 bolts. You got a little paper gasket here, and you got a paper gasket back here, and there's a seal inside here. You knock it in from the back side. Go ahead and put you a new seal in it. You know, both sides $15. It takes you 30 minutes to do both sides. You know, wheel cylinders, they're $26 for 2. Okay, put new wheel cylinders, new brake linings on it. You know, like I said, they were soaked on that side, but you know the brakes were okay on it. The brake linings are okay, but they're glued on, you know what I mean, and they're old, and you don't know anything about them. Go ahead and these were $30 for a new set of linings for it. You know, like I said, see, these are already, look here, see, from rubbing, see that? You know, that's another thing you can do that's cheap. What I like to do too is I'm adding a spare tire to this thing, and so I went ahead and put me a gas tank in it that is got the outlet on the side, so it'll clear the spare tire, so it's not a pain in the ass to put gas in it. And I took the aluminum tank out of it, which was right here. This is the aluminum tank here, and since we have the new modern gas that we have now is ethanol. If you leave these things sitting for a while, it leaves a white crust inside the aluminum and the gas. I noticed that our new ethanol gas just don't mix very well. So I took the aluminum tank out of it and put a plastic tank in it. It's the same gallons, so so that's okay. You know, to me, that's better. So, because these things do more sitting than they do anything now. We live in Texas, so they outlawed the rail buggies, so you can't drive them on the street anymore, which is fine. I didn't drive mine on the street that much anyway, so you know, we're all good. You know, and I'm eliminating. So I've run a new brake line back here already yesterday. I got a new brake line here. taking up all the old crap. I bought new hoses, new rubber hoses for it. I started taking them loose. I'm eliminating the hand brakes on it, and I'm gonna take that out. That's where actually I'm gonna put my my control panel to crank it and turn the lights on and everything's between the seats. So I don't like anything up here. So just leave all that free. Here's another highly neglected area of dune buggies that gets people in trouble when we're out. This is one of the cheap MPI or whatever EMPI pedal holders. You notice yesterday I took, if you see it now, it's all welded up double thick. See this everywhere on it. And I even put a bracket back here to keep it from bending so the pedals are not bended anymore. What usually happens is when you're braking hard on it, you'll actually, these things are so thin, they'll actually push the master cylinder forward. And so you get this right here. See that? That's what happens with it. So if you beef it up, and when I'm done with it, it will have a metal bracket under here so this to ride on, so that don't happen anymore, even with the thick one. They also, I think the reason they had the clutch trouble to begin with was they had this for the wire for the clutch cable. It laid down on the floor. It had to go through its full cycle before it even would pull a clutch. I don't know why they had to pivot down here like that. I cut a steel wrench and a 13mm wrench and made my own. It had a curve in it anyway. I made my own pivot. You got a new mass cylinder, new brake line. That's just stuff that you need. One important thing that gets people stuck, especially out riding, and they don't ever pay attention to, is the rag joint on the steering. You see I got a new one in here. I just bought it. That's $13 from eBay. So see, that's not a cheap. That's a cheap fix. Keep you out of trouble. See, and see, I have no slack in my steering. We got a little steering adjustment here. Take care of that. Make for a much better experience when you ride. But like I said, the pedal assembly, I've seen a ton of them bent using the cheap brackets. You're gonna have to beef that up. So that's and I have sanded and painted it as I went. As I've took everything apart in the last couple of days, I've just sanded and painted on it. I'm painted a burnt metallic copper. So I'm not going to strip the whole buggy down, and I did order a set of seat covers for it. These are old and raggedy and been sitting out in the elements, and they're not any good. And I have a brand new set of seat belts for it. We're going to go ahead and install, just that I've had from my dad. My dad still messes with dune buggies just a little bit. He's 79 years old now, so he's getting to where he's just a little too old and don't get around too good for that anymore. But anyway, that's where we're at right now on it. And like I said, this is just for the new guys that are messing with rails. And like I said, being in Texas and they took the rails off the streets, and it don't bother me any. You know, I'll just ride mine where I'm supposed to, and until they change it, they'll eventually come up with something new again. They always do. So, you know. Anyway, thanks for looking, and we'll see y'all later. Bye.